This DVD is the result of many hours of work by many people, students, teachers and Welsh Assembly Government staff. Let's see how it all began.
The original idea for this DVD came from feedback we'd had from young people that we talked to in Aberystwyth about what they thought of the website. And they liked the website, but they felt that there wasn't enough on the website for young people, particularly the training materials. They wanted to see the training materials, and they wanted to see young people doing the training materials with other young people. And they wanted it to be more young people friendly. So that's where the original idea came from. The DVD and the whole of the School Councils project is part of a wider participation agenda being developed by the Welsh Assembly Government and its partners. And an essential part of that is the development of national participation standards, which have been created by the participation unit in Save the Children in partnership with the participation project in the Welsh Assembly. And the national standards list 7 key elements which need to be present when we are involving young people in participation. And these are information, it's your choice, no discrimination, respect, you get something out of it, feedback, and improving how we work. And the outcome of this for the School Councils project is a brilliant DVD in which young people were involved at every step of the way and which young people throughout Wales will be able to use to develop their school councils and participation in schools. The School Councils project has learnt a lot through doing this DVD about what participation means in practice. So we've had to think about at every step of the way, what information do the young people want, practically what do we need to do, how do we involve them, how are we developing their skills, how are we feeding back to them. So in practice, that has meant putting these standards into practice. Participants in the project gained in loads of ways from being involved in the DVD. Firstly, they thought about what makes a good school council and shared those ideas and were able to take those back to the context that they're involved in. They also developed technical skills, communication skills. There were quite a lot of team building skills involved in the whole process of making the DVD, and they'll also be able to think about, well, what's involved in, if you've got a big commitment like that, you need to think about managing your time, you need to think about how you involve other people in what you're doing. So there were a lot of life skills that are transferable for them. For the participants that are involved in making this DVD, it was important that it was a bilingual resource from the very beginning and in every step of the way. And that involved young people from bilingual contexts, but also the young people who were maybe from English-speaking backgrounds understood the importance of bilingual resources in Wales today.
We thought it was really important right from the beginning to involve children and young people at every step of the process in the making of our DVD. And that started really with choosing the media company. We wanted the children and young people that were going to be working to build the DVD to be comfortable with the company that they were working with. So we got together a group of young people who've had some training in choosing through proposals, choosing who should do particular jobs, together to look at the proposals we'd had from media companies to make the DVD. Once they'd reviewed these proposals, beforehand, they came together and met and discussed those ideas and what they felt was important. And the key things that were important for them were the way that they felt they'd work with children and young people and whether they'd done that before and how lively and colourful their presentations were. And in fact, the children and young people were really good at seeing the flaws in some of the presentations about financial adding up and all of those sorts of things, and were quick to judge when things were value for money or not. So their training had obviously paid off. They chose the company Media for Schools, which we decided on, because they felt that they'd had a lot of experience with children and young people, and they referenced that experience quite a lot. And also that they felt that they were going to get a good package and that they would get a lot out of working with them in terms of their skills, but also in terms of being accredited for what they were doing and the way that they would work with the adults involved in the process.
Once the initial planning and team had been completed, it was time to start production. This meant bringing the students who would be involved together for a residential scripting weekend at the Urdd in Cardiff Bay to work on the bones of the script, together with Lucy Goff, a professional television scriptwriter. During this weekend, the students decided to produce a drama to illustrate the story of an imaginary school council that was in crisis, and to show how they used the materials and resources available on the website and in this pack to overcome their problems. They also worked through the training activities that are available to schools' councils on the website and chose the ones that they felt worked best. Not all the weekend was taken up with hard work though, and the students were treated to an evening's bowling in Cardiff's Red Dragon Centre to relax and unwind. With the script writing and planning out of the way, it was time for the filming to begin, and the drama was scheduled for a weekend shoot at Ysgol Gyfun Bro Morgannwg in Barry.
While we're there, can we look up how to get rid of troublemakers?
Let's sort this food thing out first.
The students arrived excited and fully prepared with lines learned and characters developed. Now the work could begin. With the drama referring to a number of good practice examples that are available on the Schools Council website, it was also time to visit a range of schools across Wales, from the Knoll Primary School in Neath and Craig Don in Llandudno to St Christopher's Special School in Wrexham, where we filmed aspects that the drama needed to explore. Once the filming had been completed and the voiceovers had been recorded, the editing started in earnest. This was an enormous task as there were over 60 hours of footage to be condensed into the final films. All in all, this project involved many different young people across Wales in a multitude of activities. Phil Hanlon from Media 4 told us a bit more.
As a television production company, Media 4 Creative and its daughter company, Media for Schools, is used to working in partnership with young people from across the country. But in this instance, we were all so impressed by the dedication and professionalism of the young people who were involved in the making of and starring in this programme. Every one of them developed massively throughout the process, developing a whole range of transferable key skills, from communication skills to team building, language skills, working with others under stressful environments, and even practical skills like camera work and even editing at the end of the process. The project itself represents the best case study yet of participation in and acceptance of the issues affecting students in Wales today. It's a fantastic example of how young people can demonstrate their ability to contribute to their communities, both in and outside of school.
The School Council's project would like to give a big thanks to all the people who've been involved in the making of the DVD. Lots of people were involved, children, young people, staff, schools, too many to name, but when you see the storyline, you will see the credits and the thanks to all those people who were involved.